Hi again. This video is going to show you the very basics of how to navigate to and through your textbook. It is an electronic textbook, so you're going to need some basic functionality information. I'm in the table of contents for course in Tennessee eCampus. I'm going to go all the way down and click on MindTap course for Fawcett Evergreen. Since we've already enabled pop-ups, it will take me directly to my course. I'm trying to make this a little smaller so that my screen reader captures it correctly. There we go. The first thing you'll see when it opens up is your calendar view. Week 1, you have one assignment due. If you want to go directly to that assignment, you're welcome to just click on that. And we'll open up your assignment for week 1. This is a grammar and writing diagnostic assessment. It's graded in that you do get credit for doing it, but your grade, your actual score, is not recorded as part of your course grade. So don't worry too much about that. Average score is between 40 and 50%. You just click on each one of these little sections, and it will open up the section with the questions. Once you've done a section, go ahead and click Save and Continue, and it will take you to the next section. When you're completely done, go back to your assignment and click I'm done, grade assignment now, and all of these boxes will show the number that you got correct for that section. We're not going to do the assignment now, so I'm going to exit and close the activity. And if you wanted to look ahead, we don't have anything in the textbook to complete for week 2. There is quite a bit of reading to do in the book, but that doesn't show up on your calendar, just assignments. But if you keep scrolling, you'll notice that we have quite a bit of work to do. This is a condensed course, so I do recommend working ahead just to make sure you don't get overwhelmed. And these little arrows to the left and the right will help you scroll through your calendar. If you go up next to the calendar and put your cursor over the little 3 blue lines, it shows a unit view. This is the table of contents for your textbook. If you have a paper version of your textbook, this is the same exact table of contents, with the exception of Unit 9 because there are no videos in a paper book. We're going to start with Unit 1. If you click on the folder or the title for Unit 1, it will open up the chapters inside the unit. You do have to read Chapter 1. So we're going to go ahead and click on Chapter 1. This is the link for all of the work, not just your textbook. So let's click on that first. That will open up several other links. The first one is your ebook. This is your book, and if I ask you to read a chapter, I need you to go here. It is always the first link under your chapter, and it has the little book icon next to it. So we're going to go ahead and enter our Chapter 1 book. It usually picks up exactly where we left off, and apparently I was in Section B of Chapter 1 last time I was in here. So I'm just going to back it up to the beginning. Again, you have the right and left arrows, so you can scroll through the chapter. You can also link to Section A or Section B immediately. But scrolling through, make sure you read all the way to the bottom of each page. And it has some very good and helpful information. Unless I specifically ask you to do a practice in the textbook, these are not required. But if you do need to complete one, you click on the little arrow here, and then you start the assignment. When you open up this particular one, it's asking you, it's giving you instructions, telling you, think of something that you wrote recently, and discuss the process you followed while you were writing it. I'm not requiring you to complete this in the textbook, although this is one of your discussion board assignments. Once you're done, you will submit the assignment for grading or save it as a Word file, depending on the instructions that I give you for that assignment. Now, we're just scrolling through the rest of the book. Make sure you read this. The writing process is an essential part of good writers' habits. And we're finished with the chapter now. I'm going to close this activity. Each chapter has one or more quizzes. I rarely assign these. You're welcome to go ahead and do them just to see if you understand the material. They're usually very brief, 10 to 12 multiple choice questions. I know everything says count towards grade in this big orange block, but the only things that count towards your actual grade, are what I assign. So anything that I have not assigned does not actually affect your grade. The APLIA exercises, I frequently assign these. They're very helpful interactive exercises. The ones for Chapter 1 have 4 sections and a total of 16 questions. So I'm going to select Part 1. And this is a simple activity on process of doing something simple like getting dressed. And it's got instructions and then questions at the end. These little buttons at the bottom are very important. Save and continue will obviously save our work and send you to section 2. If you hit grade now, what it's going to do is it's going to tell you which ones you got correct and which answers you got incorrect. And we'll ask you, we'll give you a second option for try another set. For all APLIA assignments, you are given 3 chances, and it does keep your highest score. Each chance does give you completely separate questions. They're similar ideas, but the questions are different. If you want to make it bigger, you can click on these little AA icons, and you're welcome to print the page if you so desire. I'm going to go back to the assignment. Yes, I know I haven't saved it. I apologize for that, y'all. This button up here is also really important. The only time you should click this is if you are not going to go back and have another attempt. What this tells the computer program is that you are happy with your score and you will not try any other attempts. So it will basically lock you out. So if you have a 4 out of 16, which would be a very poor score, do not click this because you will not be able to take attempt 2 or attempt 3. Once you're happy, go ahead and do this and it will populate in your D2L gradebook. I'm going to exit this. None of these are timed exercises. You're welcome to exit and come back, start and stop. Not a problem whatsoever. And if you can't remember an answer, you can go back, exit the APLIA, go back into your textbook, read the information again, and go back and answer the question. The read and write activity is, I assign those occasionally, but not every chapter. So just if I do assign a read and write activity, just know that it's usually at the very bottom of your list for the chapter. We're going to use this little back arrow here. Try not to use this one. Sometimes it'll time you out. So use this one next to the title for chapter 1. And that will take you back to your unit view. And this works the exact same way for all of your chapters. If you see a grammar chapter assigned, many of those are in Unit 6. If you open up Unit 6, you'll see it's chapters 25, all the way through 39. So I don't normally have the unit numbers, but you can just click on each of the units until you find the chapter number that you're supposed to be working on. I hope that helps. If you have any other questions, just let me know. There's this little icon over here that will tell you all of the activities for the entire course and due dates, but I've been told most of my students find that overwhelming, so unless you really want to, just avoid that link completely. Good luck!